I see no further speakers from council, so I think at this time I'm going to go back to our speakers list. Cooper, you've had the benefit of the whole evening's discussion. The floor is yours. You have 3 minutes to address council and somehow encapsulate all of your views on mountain biking in 3 minutes.
There's a lot here. Hold on.
Oh, you're doing double duty tonight. That's great.
Yes, triple duty with the palliative dog care behind me as well. So I'll just bang through this really quickly. I kind of took some notes as we were going there, and then I'll send this to you guys as well so that you've got it in writing as well. But to start, as stated in our letter, we support this process wholeheartedly. The presentation given by Mr. Pascal outlines many of the challenges well, and we think that this report will hopefully address a lot of those challenges. We're involved in 3 processes that are similar to this across various other parts of Seymour at this time, going at various different speeds of various different governments. We absolutely support ecological and environmental conservation. That's number 1 for us as well. We do believe that the most effective way to do this is management, not just trails management, but people's management. The trails don't cause environmental damage, trail users cause environmental damage, and each trail out there, whether sanctioned or not, represents the desires and needs of some portion of the community of trail users, whether it's an orienteering path, a hiking path between communities, or to a mountain, or a purpose-built double black mountain bike trail. And we need to listen and understand why certain trails exist, who is using them, and why. And a couple of specific comments in no particular order, kind of as they came in from councillors. Ultimately, the trails are important to all of us. We want to make sure that all trail users have a part and hand in this process. You know, we see the passion that people put into construction maintenance and recently emails. And the mountain bike community really is emailing en masse because there's a frustration felt in the community with continued trail closures and the seeming inability to build new trails and new progressive trails. And really progressive trails can mean anything from jumps for 10-year-olds above Blue Ridge to learn on, or jumps that only a small percentage of riders have the ability to use. But ultimately, we all have the ability to aspire to use them. And I'd like to make sure we listen to what the community is saying and asking for here through this process. Parking is absolutely a challenge, something that we can address with additional trail and network planning. We can overcome this. I think trailhead amenities are a big factor there. And carrying capacity and limits of acceptable change frameworks are very important, and part of why we need to be going through this process, because management and maintenance ensure trails are sustainable. And realistic management frameworks that the community can buy into and not have, you know, the thrust upon them, whether perceived or real, will have the most likelihood of success. And many of those trails off the first switchback, as you just mentioned, Mayor Little, have been there for decades. And they're valuable assets, and we do have to make trade-offs, and communication is going to be a key part of all that. The multi-use trails per the DNV's role in reporting, and like realistically, there is some environmental impact, but is the recreational impact, does it outweigh that? And 2020 trail stats show that trail ridership is increasing, and it's increasingly local. So usership is up, but it's more local than ever. According to Trail Forks, it's approximately 75% local on Seymour this year. And I'll keep it fairly short there. I would like to say on a personal note that, frankly, the behavior of some of the residents of Indian River Drive, well, I can't say that they're residents, motorists on Indian River Drive has been appalling. I was nearly run off the road on my road bike. And that's been a conflict that I think we really need to focus on and figure out what we do there, because that is also used by road bikers. And with my NSMBA hack back on, we're here to help, and we're here to help maintain trails. And importantly, I think we're here to help you understand what our community wants and needs, and how we can communicate with them, how we can make trade-offs, make compromises, and make the environment in our community safer and better for everybody. And big thank you to Wayne and to Gavin for what was, I'm sure, a massive amount of work preparing for this, and it's going to be an even more massive amount of work as we go through this process.
I can think of no better way to finish this than just see our next mountain biker there.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm gonna upset. Oh wow, really little.
Holy it's a brand new one. Congratulations.
He's 23 days old now.
Wow.
Oh my.
So he's a couple days before he's going to be on a bike.
That's great. Congratulations.
It's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. So with that, I will hand it off. Thank you very much, Your Worship.
A future friend for Henry there, Councillor Back.
Yes.
Indeed.
All right, well, Council, I think we've had a really good discussion about this tonight. I know that this is the start of a long process, and so there will be many opportunities for Council and community input into this process. I just want to thank the staff presentation. Thank you, Mr. Maskell, for your part, and also for the members of the public that participated. Thank you all very much.